Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode of the Rebecca Loran podcast. We will be having our guest shortly, so please stay tuned. Today we'll be talking to Brando the Commando.
Hi, and thank you for listening. Would you like to use this music? You can easily license it with just one click and use in any personal or commercial project. Visit tunepocket.com to get started.
Well, you guys ready to party? Welcome to the podcast, you guys. Today's first ever Rebecca Loran podcast. Wow. I can't believe we're doing this. I can't believe it. I can't believe we've made it. We've made it to chill podcast time after 3 years of going crazy, on broadcast, screaming and shouting and going through all sorts of stuff that life has to offer. Well, welcome. The music's kind of got a good vibe going, but we're going to turn it off. Wow. Welcome. Well, today, my friend Brandon is going to be on call, and we're going to call him right now. Let me just give him a call, and we're just going to get started. We're going to get right into it. This is first ever Rebecca Loran podcast. Make sure we got all the technical details all settled. Okay, and I got some chamomile tea, of course. You got to have something to help you relax. Especially when you're going to be talking a lot. You need to stay hydrated. And it looks like we are having some technical difficulties. But, today, don't really know. I kind of got caught off guard. My friend contacted me, said, hey, you want to do a podcast today? And I'm like, okay. Kind of short notice, but, it's not like we have a big show planned or anything. But at the same time, it's not, it's... You just put two microphones in front of people and you start talking. Hello, we're live.
All right. Let me see if I can get set up.
Cool. Everybody hears you. All 0 of them.
Oh, video.
Oh, and you got video too. Let me get the video loaded up for stream. Let me just pop this video out and I can put it up on stream so then everybody can also talk to you. You won't be able to see my video because I'm doing webcam on stream. I mean, I could do virtual cam, I guess. I don't know if it helps you. Okay, let me switch, turn on camera to virtual cam. Do you see the camera at all? Oh, I don't have the preview on. That's why. Do you see me? Do you see me?
Yeah, I see you. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So I just and that hasn't changed. Okay. Yeah, I didn't figure this part of the video. This is kind of stuff you can't really do until you start. By the way, this is pretty chill format. This isn't, we call it a podcast, but it's really just really just two friends hanging out, playing hacky sack, smoking a joint, all the good stuff.
Up in the bottle. Shooting the breeze.
Yeah, and if you wanna see also if you want to join on twitch.tv/Rebecca Lauren, there's nobody chatting now, but there might be people chatting later, and you can like answer questions, or if people want to know about you.
Do I need a Twitch account?
No, you can just go like if you want to open up my stream, it'll also give me an extra viewer. You can mute the audio.
I'm in. I can see myself.
Cool.
Audio. Okay. Yep. It's like delayed. It's funny.
I don't know where it'd be best to put you.
Whoa, that's dope.
All right. Hey, we're good to go. What's up, Brandon? How are you? Welcome to the stream. What do you got?
Right.
What are you drinking there?
Cheers. I got some Guinness.
Oh, that's some nice Guinness stout. How have you been? How's life been?
I've been good. Yeah, life's been good, I guess. It's working a lot, doing my thing, raising the kids. Trying to start like a little jam band with Patrick and Tony and this new guy Loran.
Oh yeah. What kind of instruments?
We only practiced once. Dorian plays drums. Patrick's on guitar. I'm on bass. Tony's on ukulele.
You got the whole dream team.
Yeah. I kind of rather play guitar and sing though, but I guess Tony's gonna try to sing. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, what kind of music you guys want to play?
We're doing like covers right now, so we got like a Rancid cover, Roots Radicals. Here come the Roots, you know they're the Radicals. Let's see, there's an Architecture in Helsinki song, Contact High.
Oh
shit! I don't know how we're gonna pull off. That one's like really electronic, and we have all these electric instruments. They are not, electric guitars are not synthesizers.
Yeah. I've got a MIDI keyboard that I've been setting up. I actually set it up before. It can play VSTs and it can do like.
That's pretty dope.
I don't know if I want to be involved in this band thing. I will try, but I could invite myself in and say, hey, like I can be in the band too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Why not? Like, we'll see.
Yeah.
We've been like trying to do more rock stuff. I don't know. I'm kind of like half committed because like I want to do my own like acoustic guitar songs.
Yeah, I've been listening to some of your music. It's kind of inspired.
That's cool. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of the stuff I've been doing lately has been like just like experimental weird stuff. Just like whatever happens. Like, I just start recording and just see what happens.
Like Pointy Tits from Tomb Raider, Lara Croft, PlayStation. Yeah. I don't know. It's like life's been kind of crazy the past couple of years. I mean, this is the first time you've been on the stream before. We played Overwatch, I think, once. But like, this is the first time we've ever like talked on stream because most of the people who know my stream, they kind of know me from the just chatting, which is kind of like more podcast talk show style stuff, which is kind of the most popular stuff on streaming right now. Most people don't really want to watch. I mean, I guess there's people who watch gaming out there. Do you watch gaming? What do you watch when you turn on the computer to watch something? What do you watch?
Okay, so like I personally don't watch other people play games, but when I used to be in WoW, I guess I did it like kind of a little bit more. It was more of people like explaining their strategies or how they play their class rather than like gameplay though. Yeah, more. So lately when I turn on the computer or TV to watch something, I'm watching like, I guess Netflix. I'm trying to watch something funny. I watch a lot of Seinfeld lately actually. I gotten back into Seinfeld. Like, it's my comfort show. Like, I'll put it on at night.
Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with that.
Oh my god, I watched that one last night.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So like a lot of people, I mean, there's people who are into esports and all that. Do you watch like basketball or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I follow basketball. Yeah, I've been watching all the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, like who are you thinking? You're watching. You're really into Kobe Bryant. Last time I checked.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant and Chris Mullin and Ray West. Um, all the old greats. No,
Yeah.
like right now, I guess I was. I thought the Phoenix Suns were gonna win, but the Mavericks beat them, and now then the Warriors beat the Mavericks. Those are kind of like my three favorite teams in the Western Conference, where like Warriors, Mavericks, Suns. Those are all really cool teams. They all played really well and tried really hard, but the Warriors came out on top. What Bay
Oh
Area?
shit. Wah-ba-ba-bum.
Bay
Wah-ba-
Area. Yeah,
Bombay.
the Warriors are going to the finals. They'll either play Magic or the Celtics. I think.
Oh no, shit.
Oh wait! I know I said that wrong. The Heat, the
Oh, the
other Florida
Heat.
team.
Oh, that's the only other team that doesn't have an S in their name. There's the Utah Jazz and the Miami Heat.
Yeah, they are a single unit. They are just Heat.
Yeah, and just
You
like
can't-
the Utah
you can't
Jazz.
stop. It's just force of thermodynamics.
That's what all the commentators are saying. So like, I mean, I guess that's kind of like esports, like watching like Overwatch and shit. Like, I don't know. I guess people still watch like Valorant and like Counter-Strike. It just seems so boring. Like, I don't really like watching video games anymore. Like,
When I played a lot of Overwatch, I would like try to watch Overwatch and not really into it. I liked Overwatch clips where they'd be like, "Oh, with this Reinhardt charge and he like hits 5 people in a row," or like, "Here's Hammond and he hits like 5 people in a row."
yeah,
When they
and
do
like,
like crazy epic shit. That's cool.
but like XQC used like he made his like rise up like back when when he was oh shit he's the excuse me.
All good.
Yeah, everybody soak up and drink up, do whatever, or stay clean and sober. Don't do drugs. XQC, he's like the top Twitch streamer. He actually made his rise to fame like playing Overwatch. He's a tank, that Reinhardt guy, the guy with the freaking
Okay, yeah.
axe or whatever. I don't know what the fucking shield, whatever
Yeah,
the fuck.
big deal next. Yeah.
He's
Or
the
hammer.
big fucking like giant pound
like,
of
big.
of like boiled meat. Like just like traveling across the map to destroy you. And I still remember that time. I think we were pretty stoned. We were playing Overwatch over at your house. I was playing like on your wife's account, and like and I was playing as what not like who's that like kind of like mini like Brienne or something. Like there's like a mini like tank cleric kind of, like she has a mace,
Yeah.
but she also has a shield. And I was like, you were
Brigitte.
Reinhardt.
She's Brigitte.
Oh yeah, Brigitte. Yeah, Brigitte. And you were playing Reinhardt, and we were trying to team up. You were trying to teach me how to play, and I was like right in the middle of it. And like I just remember I was really fucking stoned, and I was like trying to figure it out. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, you know what is that? I kind of want to bridge this conversation back to talking about weed, because you work in the weed business.
Yeah, I got my work shirt on right now.
Oh
Florida,
shit!
Farms.
What is that? Does it say on the bottom?
What's that? Oh, it says Florida Farms. That's a better shot of it. Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, so like what about like marijuana? Like what like the relationship I've had with it? Like I've actually, this is what's on my mind right now, like before we started this show. Like kind of what I wanted to talk about, what I wanted to like think about. Kind of just get us started on this thread of conversation about how like marijuana like has been a part of like my experience in this earth, in this body, and as this person, Rebecca Loran, like as this person I am today. It's just like, obviously it's not just marijuana, but just like any other experience in our life, we kind of have these experiences that we have, like smoking weed with our friends, or like, going to a rock concert, or, like smoking a joint at a concert, like, and also like having like I don't know like hash and like dropping it on the floor and like freaking out because we're like we just spent a bunch of money on hash and like we wanted to smoke it but like I dropped it. It was like fuck. I don't know. These were good times. But like I also like I'm thinking like I'm kind of like at a point where I've had so much marijuana, it starts to not feel so like I don't know. It just makes me feel a little bit weird. Like I feel like who am I? Like am I Rebecca or am I the weed? Like there like at what point does like the mind altering substance, is that actually like part of me, or is it just something that I'm witnessing? And like just like if you drink alcohol, like it starts to affect you and it's like you're having a visitor. Like I don't know, what do you feel about that?
So, I think that substances help us just look at life a little bit differently. I think there's still a part of you, like you're just looking at life through a different lens. I,
Yeah.
what about it like bothers you? It sounds like you don't like that aspect, that it's making you think differently.
It's not so much that I don't like it. It's just that sometimes I'm just like, I feel like, I was eating a lot of edibles because I've had like a lot of neck pain. And
Yeah.
also just I've been going through a lot. Like, I don't know if you're aware, I had my orchiectomy. I no longer have testicles.
Yeah, yeah. That
Um,
would be like a really painful. Like cannabis would help heal with that. Yeah.
Actually, no, it's not. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just the progress that I've made on my like transition related stuff. Like, it's really fucking intense. Like, I still have 2 major surgeries to go through, and it's like I've just been trying to realize like sometimes I need something to like kind of get me through it. And that's kind of why I smoke. Like, I don't smoke. I want to avoid smoking because I'm going to be getting surgery. In fact, the vaping is like, this is like me weaning myself off of it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because vaping is kind of like not very satisfying. You know what I mean? Like compared to like smoking out of a bong or something. Like if you smoke out of a
Oh yeah.
bong with a friend, especially like if we were in person, like not on stream, like fuck you guys, fuck you Twitch. Sorry, I'd rather hang out with my friends in person. Off stream, it doesn't have to be content. We're not millionaires. Maybe one day I'll have a platform and we can do IRL content. I want to get a streaming backpack set up. By the way, I already have plans for this, not for streaming, but for like video, for like vlogging. I have a backpack that I had when I was homeless. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yeah.
I want to refit that to be like a camera backpack with like extra
Cool.
battery packs for my phone and also like an audio mixer that Tony got me that
Oh
I'm
yeah.
going to use to actually connect like the professional microphone to. I mean, this is semi-professional. It's as professional as I can get on my budget. This is like a $200 microphone or something, and and they have like a put the
You know
need to
what?
make sure
Like
this fits.
99% of the people aren't gonna even like notice the difference. Like it
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah, exactly. You could use your freaking iPhone, and I have an iPhone 6S, and that's like more than enough. Like you don't really need much to do camera work. Like YouTube is so much easier than people make it out to be. It's the hard part is just continuing to make content. Like it doesn't even have to be like super top tier quality content. It just has to be like regular, like new engaging stuff that like, hey guys, like I've been a little bit down lately. Here's a little bit of an update. Like even if it's just an update and like having coffee with your dog or something, like just like checking in with your friends basically almost. It's like they're kind of like your friends. I know it's like kind of parasocial. It's a little creepy. Like I mean, it's like imagine like having a friend on 4chan that like like somebody who calls
That's
you.
my brother.
Oh, your brother?
I don't think that's you. It's real. It's my brother.
Yeah, sometimes that's how you get updates about 4chan is your brother calls you. I really don't want to get into 4chan's a weird place. I mean, let's just keep it at that. It's a different it's a relic of the original days of the internet. Like 4chan is like it's like a statue of a monument of what the internet was founded on, which was cum and dead bodies. It's so weird. There's some like the dregs of society all congregate on 4chan to like be anonymous so that they could look at freaking like snuff films and like weird Nazi shit and or like weird science experiments on like fucking like or anime titties. I mean,
I thought they got together to help the elderly and plan community events for children.
yeah, 4chan. You know, I heard about that. That you know, 4chan is a single entity of a single purpose, run by a single person. You know, literally, it's just an anonymous like forum. That's literally all it is. It's not really 4chan that makes it 4chan. It's the people, and the people are nasty motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's like it's the worst parts of humanity come together.
I mean, it gives you some good memes though.
Yeah, I mean, so I've been there when I was younger, and yeah, like you'll find some funny stuff, but you also find some terrifying stuff.
So you're the one who introduced me to 4chan, and you're also one of the first person that I think you're the first person I came out as trans to, pretty much.
Yeah,
like because you showed me like trans people on 4chan.
Oh, so I was like,
but before that, I was watching. Before that, I was already watching porn of trans women, like chicks with dicks, you know, like .com or whatever. Like, like I was already watching trans women. Like I was just really closeted. And then like, you showed me someone. You're like, oh, would you do her? And I'm like, yeah. And you're like, but that's a dude. And I'm like, no, she's not. Like, you know, but this is even back then. Like the language we used was different back then. Like
the language back then was different. Yeah.
Like I'm trans myself, and a lot of people my age, especially like who are trans, like we used to be transphobic. Like I used to use like the same language that a lot of people today use. That like they're like, oh, I don't know. I thought there was only two genders. I thought only penises are a thing. I thought only guys had dicks and chicks were in the kitchen. Like it's like some bro like thinks that like life is about proving to his college dorm mates that he got laid. So hey guys, I got laid this weekend. They're like, yeah, we know you're married. like and we're like, and it's actually a healthy relationship. It's not one of those like weird relationships where you're just like you're both millionaires and you're only married for like appearances because you need to appear like on television as like a married couple, or it's so that you can't testify in court against each other. Like like you don't want to end up with like Amber Heard, you know? If they had gotten married, this wouldn't have been a problem. This whole court, I've been so fucking sick of this Amber Heard shit. It's been all over Twitch for like and it's been all over Twitter for like the past like month. I'm so tired of hearing about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Here's my take on it. It's like it's just a he said she said. Like no matter what you think about their confessions or their facial expressions when they're talking, or what they say, or the witnesses or the experts. It really is just like he said, she said. Like you don't really know because you weren't there. But then again, Johnny Depp does seem like he's a huge drug addict. I haven't really thought of it much. He seems like a huge drug addict. He could probably do anything. So I don't know. They probably should just be separate and then just.
Here's what it's all about. It's all about she just wants like $100 million settlement or whatever. She's probably still gonna she's probably like they've both made like weird freaking headlines for this. Like she's probably cashing in on this somehow.
So it was like starting because she wrote an article that kind of like inferred that he was like a womanizer and a wife beater, and then he was like, I'm gonna like
these aren't insane allegations, by the way. These aren't like out of nowhere. Like Johnny Depp, I don't know if somebody in his like level of like.
Here's the thing: there's just a small article that like no one knew about, and he's like, "Oh, this is pissing me off. I'm going to sue you." And then by doing that, he brought this to the light to everyone. Now everyone knows. Like if he did nothing, then no one would know about it.
I mean, it's all like freaking for publicity, right?
I think his lawyers are milking him. They're just saying, "Yeah, go along with this suit," and just like. Throw it out so we can make hella money off of you.
Somebody's making money.
We're watching it. When I go to Reddit, I see like stuff about it, and there's a news podcast I listen to that references it sometimes. But it's just gossip to me. It's like the lowest form of entertainment for people.
It's the lowest common denominator of like just get. And the thing is you have like 180,000 people watching on Asmongold. And like just watching Asmongold watch and react to the trial. Like, it's boring. I don't want to watch. Like, I've been so fucking tired of the Amber Turd. Like, she took a dump on his bed. Like, I believe both of them. Okay, I believe that they're both just pieces of shit. Okay, I'm the only thing I'm getting out of this whole trial is that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are fucking pieces of garbage. I don't want anything to do with them, and they're boring as fuck. And they've been like, they've taken over Twitch. The entire meta has just been reacting to the trial. And like, hey, what's up? Pumpkin is on the stream.
Yeah, my dog's getting in here.
No animals were harmed in the making of this podcast. Hey, we got Oop Who, one of our moderators, is here live watching us. Say hello to Brandon over here.
Oop Oop. What up, Oop Who?
Oop Who. Yeah, like, remember Black Pooh? We used to play back when we were speaking about 4chan, like when we were playing Final Fantasy 11. Like, what do you remember most about those LAN parties besides 4chan porn? Because there was 4chan porn. You do agree to that, right? Like, I mean, you do acknowledge that we did see SpongeBob with a bubble in his butt, and Josh saying, "Oh my."
I remember Josh being like, Josh would like, he was always so like quiet and like shy, and we could get him to like laugh and like express himself. Those are cool times.
Yeah, Josh is my best friend, and I feel like it doesn't even matter how many years pass. The next moment I talk to him is as if we never even stopped talking. Like, he's that kind of friend. Like, he's Brarg.
Yeah.
In real life. Like, he's Brarg IRL. And I feel I like that about people is that when you know somebody through a video game that you've experienced with your, like, close friends in the LAN party style that we did, like with Final Fantasy 11, bringing the freaking PS2 and the TV to Josh's house so that we could LAN party so we could try to get to level 75 or just get merits. Yeah. You'd be on Bard just for like 8 hours straight. And I was like healing on Black Mage because we did that back then because we didn't give a fuck. We're just doing Greater Calibria part. And I think I was on Summoner at one point. I think I was polling at one point.
It was like really hybrid. You could like pull and like do buffs.
On Summoner, I think I was polling once. Like, I was literally just doing AoE damage in order to pull and then tanking with my primes, like with my avatars. And like doing damage, and then I was eating Yagudo, like using Yagudo drinks, and then resting MP while there was still like 2 enemies fighting or whatever, because the tank took hate or whatever. I don't know. It's like, so when you play like an MMO, there's just something about it that you kind of get this camaraderie with people, you know? Like, yeah, totally. I feel like me, you, and Josh and Tony, like we've really solidified like our adult personas. Like, I feel like we spent a lot of, I mean, in my life at least, I remember like spending a lot of those times like playing Final Fantasy 11. Like, a lot of people played World of Warcraft, which you've played, which I guess you could talk about in a bit. But like the most I've played with World of Warcraft was back in Battle for Azeroth, and I thought it was trash. I'm gonna say that right now. I think Battle for Azeroth was absolute trash.
Yeah, it's trash.
Okay, well then I guess I'm all caught up then. So then it made me quit. You know, I was like, well, I don't want to play any more of this.
Yeah. The new versions of WoW aren't very good.
I didn't even want to play Classic because of it. Like, I was like, I played some Classic. Oh wait, what were you saying?
Cool in its own way, but because it's so slow, and like it causes you to like stop and like think a little bit more and just kind of like chill out and relax and enjoy the experience.
So compared it to, so you played Final Fantasy 11, and so I can relate to you on that. So like Bard Merit Party, is that like on a scale of 0 to 10 and 5, 5 being like completely neutral or similar, like 10 being completely different or 0 being like completely different but in another way. Um, Compared to Final Fantasy 11, like what is classic WoW like when we say classic, do we mean like classic or classic like Burning Crusade? Like, because currently they have they're gonna release Wrath of the Lich King, I think.
Well, I
In
haven't played
classic,
Burning
like
Crusade
today.
Classic. Let's just say like the first like WoW classic.
Okay, so like the
Um,
old, like the original, like the one that came out the same time Final
like the
Fantasy 11 did.
biggest difference between the two is that in like Final Fantasy, you like develop XP parties to get to a certain point where you can like do a quest together. And then in WoW, you're like a sole adventurer just doing like quest after quest after quest after quest. You don't
Yeah.
necessarily form like the XP party where you're like, oh, let's go to this camp. Let's all go together. We need to travel through this area. It's going to be dangerous. You stick together. And it's
That
going to take a
was the
little bit
one
of time.
difference.
So we're going to need to like talk and communicate and entertain each other while we're getting there. We get there, like, it's just way different when you're like, but the parts about MMOs, I guess I like the best were like the XP parties where you're like,
Yeah,
you
just
need to,
chatting.
Like, set out on this adventure to like get to the site. Like you've heard about it, maybe you've never been there. Someone
Yeah.
else will show you because they've got like experience, they know a little bit more than you, and they're gonna like show you the way.
But when you've
And,
never
like,
been there before, this is your first time, but you have like all these like more seasoned adventurers around you, and
They're
it's like
like-
you're in this new
They're
environment.
like, we're going to the Knoll Hills. You're like, what? Like, I've heard about that. Like, I could get a rare drop there. They're like, yeah, that's like one rare thing spawns there every once
I
in a
need
while.
that armor. I need that item for a quest because it'll continue the plot line, so I can unlock the next tier of awards. That if I can collect this points by doing garrisons or whatever, I can then get points that I can spend on items that I could then use to upgrade my items. And then once I've gotten those upgrade items, I can then fight the bigger bosses that take 32 hours to spawn. And you have to camp them for like 5 hours a day, just drinking energy drink after energy drink, waiting for just waiting for 30 minutes. And then you have to spam the stun on your macro for like 5 minutes straight. And then you just have to go AFK for another 30 minutes or an hour or whatever until the next window. And then you just do that for like 5 hours. And then King Behemoth spawns and the other Link Shell gets it. You're like, fuck. And then you're like, okay, let's go get some Jack in the Box. Like, I think that's the best part I remember was after gaming for like 4 or 5 hours, we would go to the Jack in the Box and we would get a freaking like milkshake.
Like the worst food.
Yeah, but it's like the best food. Or we would go get like coffee, and I remember I drank like 10 of those freaking mochas, and my eyeball was like all sideways. And when you miv me that,
Yeah.
would you miv me it? I don't know.
The Caros is funny. Or like there was
Caros.
there was a Lions breakfast place a few times.
Yeah.
We tried to like stay up all night to go get the Lions like breakfast special.
Yeah. And we would get the freaking like go if we went there early enough, like before 6 a.m. or something like that. Like we could get like this morning special, so we would stay up all night XPing, like trying to get to level 75. I was like trying to get Paladin up or something. It took forever, even in Ottergan. But like we would like I think or maybe I was playing Dragoon. I don't remember. I don't know what did we play most when we would LAN party? Like what we actually do most of the time? I remember like I was on Black Mage some of the time, but
I guess I was mostly like Bard or White Mage.
you were Bard. But like what was I playing Dragoon or Paladin or
When I think about Fighter X,
yeah? What was Fighter X doing? Dragoon.
When I think about Fighter X, I think about a Black Mage actually.
Okay, yeah, I think I was playing Black Mage on Fighter X, and like I had a Kira Westcott, and I was like, I was playing the ugly ass Elven male. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm glad
That's a funny like character model.
The ugliest
All of the character
motherfucker on the
models in
fucking
Final
game.
Fantasy were like a little funky, except for the Mythras. They're designed to be like cute and pretty, but everywhere else is kind of like a little funky and off.
On Nozomi, though, you know what's interesting? As I came full circle, because I first came out as trans in Final Fantasy XI to the Link Shell, and that's how Josh found out, and that's how you found out, and then Adam found out because Adam played, and then like I don't know the whole thing about it, is that when I played on Nozomi, like in 2016. Which you need to hop on Wings if you ever play again. I don't know if I'm playing ever again, but I have a level 49 White Mage on Wings XI, which is basically the one you should play on because it goes up to Wings of the Goddess. Like it has Dancer and Scholar. But it's not like super advanced. Like it's still capped at 75. It's a classic server. I don't know if you ever want to play it again. I spent like 4 years on Nozomi. I'm kind of done. Like I got 75 Beastmaster. Did you do? You did Beastmaster with Josh?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I guess
To like level 65 or something. That's not a little.
Oh yeah, I guess we got it kind of high. Yeah,
That's not a little. That's like entire weekends were spent. I think it was different back then. I don't know. A lot of my memories from being a kid were like the best memories I've had were when we were just like hanging out, LAN partying. I know it's kind of lame, but like that's like the most I felt like connected with my friends, like out of any time in my life. I think that's like gaming brings people together, and that's what this podcast is about bringing us together. Even if
totally.
It's
we could have been like fishing or racing bikes or like playing video games.
But it's also
together.
like you're hanging out right here in the room with me, like. If you look at the podcast, like you can see it on your Discord, right? Like you see it because I'm sharing the camera on the same thing, but it's delayed. If you actually go on the website, it's like a lag. So it's like the chat sees everything like we're way ahead of like what the chat sees. There's not really anybody there. I'm not famous or anything, at least not yet. I do have a few viewers like Froggy the Kid. Here's Brandon. Brando the Commando, good friend of mine. Welcome to the stream. What do you want to do? What do you pretend like? Okay, so if I just imagine whenever I do a stream, and I'm just kind of inviting you into my little bubble right now, pretend like you're in a bubble, and you kind of are because you see how like your webcam is like a bubble compared to my webcam, like but like I encompass the bubble into it. Basically, it looks like a business card. Like I have my Twitter handle on the top left. like this and I could put a QR code. Like once you put a QR code, you're done. Okay, like you don't need anything else after you put a QR code on your business card because you could always, as long as it's an updatable QR code. Like I don't know, I think it's so sketch though. Like I feel like I don't want to like scan a random person's QR code. Like what if it shows some what if I get rickrolled? You know, like but like rickrolled, but 2 girls 1 cup. It seems so tame by today's standards. 2 girls 1 cup. Like I don't like actively seek that stuff out. But
maybe if we were back in being like 16, 18 or whatever, watching it for the first time, it'd be.
Yeah, it was intensely disgusting. It still is, but like it hits differently nowadays. Like when I think back to it, I'm like, yeah. Like there's worse.
Okay, whatever.
Froggy the Kid actually disagrees. Froggy says Rebecca is 100% famous actually. So I guess Brandon, I guess I'm wrong. I guess I am famous.
Hell yeah.
Like, does that make you famous, or is it because you're famous? I think.
It makes me like
Are you a quarter famous on your dad's side?
I'm hanging on by the coattails.
Oh, on the hanging on people's coattails. No, are you a quarter famous on your dad's side or on your uncle's mom's side? But your grandpa's dad's side of the family is raised on stout, and so that's gonna die on stout. Okay, like yeah, that looks like some really tasty beer over there.
Hell yeah.
What does it taste like?
It's got the nitro instead of carbonation, so the bubbles are smaller.
Nice. Nozomi was talking about that, actually.
It's like a smoother, creamier kind of beer. Even though it's really dark, it's smooth. What I like about it. I've been
Oh
enjoying
shit!
some of this. Oh shit!
Oh
So
no! Don't drop it.
this is
We got some
macaroon.
Kush.
I like to call it the
North Bay,
snackaroon.
San Francisco, North Bay area.
Yeah, like if you ever see FloraCal and you see the macaroon, get some of the macaroon. It's really good. It's mac crossed with Italian ice. Super frosty. Smells. One person said it smells like hamburgers.
Oh
We just-
shit! Hey, you should give my Twitch stream to your coworkers. Tell them to stop by while I'm I'm streaming and talk about weed
Hell yeah.
or talk about whatever. But like, I'm getting you. I'm trying to ask you to market me. Okay. Can you do that, Brandon?
Yeah, I could try. Yeah.
Are you comfortable with that?
Slightly uncomfortable, but
No, I mean, okay. Would you be less uncomfortable if we set up like a show
this
where
is like the week
where
show.
you were at work with your coworkers and I was interviewing you for like
I don't know.
for like a YouTube video for like marketing and you guys, it could be all professional.
I don't know. Maybe you could just interview me. I mean, like.
I just forget about it. This is already too stressful. I'm already like let's go back to talking about gaming and porn. Like I don't know, like I don't know. Everything just feels so like different now. Like it's not just because I'm older. I think it's just like a lot of people. It must be very different for people who grew up like with iPhones and shit. But like I remember like AOL, like dial up, like Net Zero.
It's the messenger.
Yeah, like using like freaking MSN Messenger, IRC.
Chat rooms.
Huh? Yeah, chat rooms. And then like I was like a freaking 12-year-old on the internet like in 2000 in like 2002 or whatever. Like seems so freaking long ago. It's 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When we were 12. Like what the fuck? Oh no, like oh no, it was like that was 22 years ago.
I'm glad we got to grow up without like cell phone technology.
I had a Nokia. It could be used as a hammer. No, it had Snake. Did you remember that? Like that, it had a very good version of the game. I remember playing it in middle school, like in 7th or 8th grade. I remember I got a Nokia cell phone. You know, I asked for a cell phone, but like I had no friends to call. Like like because I was like, oh yeah, look, I could be like, I need to have a phone because I need to be because you know all the other kids have one or whatever. And I'm like, hey guys, I have a phone, and like nobody was like, nobody asked for your number. Like shut the fuck up, Rebecca. Like fucking dumb bitch. And I'm like, oh, right on. Like
Yeah,
okay, cool, call me. I was like, okay, cool. They said something to me. Like they noticed I exist. Fucking dude, high school sucked so bad. Let's not talk about high school.
Yeah.
I don't know. If there was one good thing about high school, I would say it was meeting like you and everyone else, the whole crew. Like I think I don't know. I like to think of like the podcast that we're doing right now. I like to think of it like we're kind of just like playing hacky sack. I don't know, like thoughts. Like, what are your thoughts
Those
on
are
that?
good terms. Playing hacky sack with everyone.
I don't know.
Podcast should be relaxed. It should be like you're with your friends.
Yeah, and so it's like when I invite people onto my podcast, it's like we're kind of just chilling, just talking about whatever. Sometimes we talk about like more serious stuff. You know, it's kind of like the crazy stuff that's been going on. It just kind of it blows my mind. Like how so many of the people who would like vote for like people like Trump and stuff like that, like, like when it comes to gun control, they like no amount of evidence will convince them that they should have tighter regulations on guns, especially like semi-automatics, like AR-15s, like shit like that. I don't know. But then like there's like 100 school shootings since 1970. And it's like more than any other country in the planet. And then people will still say, oh, but it's because of lone wolves and because they're mentally ill. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, we know they're mentally ill. Like if somebody like commits a murder, you got to be mentally ill. Like
Yeah, the automatic weapons are a little crazy because like one take I have on it is that like I lived in Salyer, in like Trinity County in California for a year, which is very very rural. The nearest police station was like 40 miles away.
it's
Like
actually
if
pretty
someone showed up to
scary.
my house and was just like, "I've got a gun, I'm gonna take everything you have and like rape your wife," like I'd be fucked. Wouldn't matter if
Yeah.
I called the cops. I'd be fucked.
Yeah, because
So
it would take them
when
like
you
20
live in a
minutes to
very
get
like
there.
rural area, like you kind of do want a gun. Like you
Yeah,
just
I
want to like
understand that take.
you
Yeah.
don't know what happened. Like yeah, and then you know you might live in like some kind of neighborhood where a lot of crime happens, and you might want to like I've got like a family, and like you might want to protect your family. So I think people should have access to guns because they're just everywhere right now. They have been for a long time. You can't get rid of them. And then bad people have them, and they might do crime. So people should have
Yeah.
access to guns. But the automatic ones that just like fucking spray people and
Yeah,
just
it's like
like
70 shots that happened in the fucking school in the mall shooting.
huge clips like that, like
The
that
guy who
just like
live streamed it. Like what the fuck?
you don't need like a lot of like ammo in your clip if you're gonna like defend yourself. Like
He did like
probably take a few
70
shots and
shots.
they'll run away or you'll hit them. Like so you don't need a huge clip and you don't need something that's like automatic or it's just like spraying.
I mean, I could imagine like a handgun, like a shotgun or like a handgun or like a rifle. Like a rifle would be good because that could be used for self-defense. That could be used for recreation. That could be used for
Yeah.
like sports. If you need to hunt
Yeah.
for food, like, you know, if it's
A rifle's
season,
a
you
good
know, if it's
because, you know,
legal, you know?
they're large. Someone's gonna see it if you pull it out.
Yeah, it's
The
gonna be
handguns
obvious.
are kind
Like, you know, if like, but you know, I don't understand why somebody would need like a freaking AR-15, like, unless they want to commit a mass murder. Like, that's the only reason I could ever see. It's a murder. I like how Hassan like talks about it. They're murder dildos for like for rednecks. They like to have their guns because they're like their dildos. They're like, hey, I got this. This is my, and they got like I saw a guy on Discord once, and he had like a freaking giant wall of guns, and he was like showing. There was this one guy who had a fucking like he put like a thing over his head, and he had a freaking like AR-15. Like he was like looked like he was like a terrorist from Counter-Strike. Like I'm like, damn. Like I mean, I'm not gonna judge, but I mean, this is the dangerous person. Like. Shit, like not somebody. But he was like asking me. He's like, "So what does it mean? Like, what does it actually mean to be a trans person?" Like he was like, but he was all serious. But he was like wearing a fucking thing, and he had a gun, and he was like, but he was like actually like oh, you know, like because I never really thought about that. Like what is that? Like but he was all serious. He was all like actually like inquiring about it in like a big public like voice chat for Discord. And I don't know, I like it was kind of interesting like talking about basic stuff. And the cool thing about having the internet, you know, that's why I like doing the stream, is because it makes you feel like you're a famous person, because you just pretend. You're like, okay, well, there's a camera here, there's the potential for people to see me, this is going to be recorded on by the way, we're live on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and D Live, all at the same time. So like the stream is like being broadcast to multiple avenues across all time. So what happens on the internet stays on the internet. I know it's like no pressure. Don't have a heart attack. But yeah, I think it's a fun medium. Because then it's like because I'm watching. If you're watching the same screen I am, if you're watching me on my screen on Discord, the one that has me on the left and you on the right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It kind of just feels like I don't know. I feel like you can tell it's cropped in. It's just, but I like the effect. I like the atmosphere of like the way it looks. But like I'm watching that, so it's like the understanding of like that we're creating this like business card of like like from the top left to the bottom right to your left, your bottom left. I don't know. If we were gonna do a fist bump, I have to go to my left and you have to go to your right. I don't know. What would you do?
You go this way.
Go to your right. Is that your right? Yeah.
Wait, the video catch up. Yeah.
Is that your right?
Yeah, it's my right.
Okay, so you're not mirrored or anything. Okay. Yeah, because sometimes then, okay, I know when you go like on Discord or Zoom, sometimes it'll like actually mirror your camera.
Oh yeah.
But like I know on Discord it'll mirror it, but only in the preview. Other people don't see it mirrored, and it's so freaking weird that they don't let you unmirror it.
Oh, weird.
Like it's one of those features that you would think that you would have in a program, like like you're using a program like at work or something, and you're like, you would think that like this one thing that I have to do that's really frustrating, that I like this extra thing that they would just like bypass it or something, like, or that they would add an additional feature to like switch it on or off or something. I don't know, like you never know, like there's always something in a program that like you really think there should be an easy way to do it, but there actually isn't. And it's like it's just sometimes it's frustrating.
Totally.
I got some chamomile tea.
Oh hell yeah! I'll calm you down.
Well, I had
Is
a
it
lot of energy
guilty?
drink today. I think I overdid it on the energy drink a little bit. I really wish I had that stout beer that you got, but I really actually like really important to me that I avoid beer or anything. My health has actually been super good.
Hell yeah!
I've gotten my diabetic stuff, like my A1C, which is it's like the percentage, like every 3 months you get a blood test. And like there's a percentage of like where your blood glucose should be. For a diabetic, it should be around 7%, and mine was like at 7.2. And it went down from like 9.8 to like 8.8 to 7.8 to 7.2, and it should be more to 7. A healthy A1C is like, like what a non-diabetic would have is like 5.9% or 5.6% or something. But like diabetic should be around 7%. That's where the doctor for my bottom surgery wants me to be at. Another thing I kind of wanted to talk about today, that's another thing that's been on my mind, is there's been stuff about like, these surgeries that I'm going through are really intense.
Yeah.
Even just the orchiectomy was like, that was a 30-minute surgery, but it was a huge ordeal going into it. And I know that like it's going to be the closer I get
Oh,
to
you
the
weren't
actual.
awake for that though, huh?
I wasn't awake for it, no.
You weren't.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm not going to be awake for these either, but it's going to be like for long, like it's going to be for longer. And I think there might be more blood loss, but I don't know. Apparently it's fine. The doctor doesn't seem worried about it. But it's something that I think it's something like when you think about it, makes you squeamier than when it is, because I'm like, they're going to like peel my face off and like grind the orbital bone with like a freaking grinder. And there's going to be like, they're going to have to like make sure, because there's a lot of blood. I don't know if you know this, but your face can be like peeled off and then like put back on. And it's all
Yeah.
like, it's all pretty external. And so like all the stuff they're going to do to me is kind of more superficial. It's not, but they're not going to like drastically change my face, but it's going to make me feel a little bit less. I mean, as soon as everything kind of heals down, apparently most of the swelling will go down in like 2 weeks or so, but it'll take like a whole year of like, yeah. And then, hopefully during that time, a significant amount of time, a minimum of 3 months amount of time will have occurred of wait before I have my final surgery. And that's the really important one. And, that's why it's so important that I stay healthy. And it's why I want to, stay away from like smoking weed. Obviously never smoking tobacco, so that's not an issue. But I still felt bad even with, because the doctor never specifically said anything about weed. They're just like, no smoking, like cigarettes, like as long as you don't smoke, stay healthy with your diabetes, like we can proceed with the surgery. It should be fine. I'm like super good candidate for the surgery, and I'm also closer, and I'm on standby list. So I might happen next year. But the closer these surgeries happen, like the more real they become, and it's like then I start realizing like, holy shit, like no wonder I've been like having so much of a hard time. Like this has been something I've been like psychologically building myself up to for like the past almost 3 years now. Like I started transitioning like September of 2019. That was almost 3 years ago. Like I don't know if that's like kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, it's like it takes such a long time. It's such like a long journey. And even after you have your surgeries, like it's still like it's gonna keep going for a little bit more.
Well, I mean, life keeps going. I mean, hopefully. I mean, the thing is like we are who we are right now. And that's kind of like what I've been trying to like grasp, because it's so easy to get caught up in like what comes next. But it's like, what about what comes now? You know, like just hanging out here on stream, like chatting with you on Discord. Super awesome. Like it brings back so many memories. You know, I really wish that we could hang out in person and not, you know, not just like on my show, you know, on my podcast. But you know, it's still fun, you know, just having you here on my podcast, because you know my Twitch and all that is really close to me. You know, it's kind of like it's like an extra. It's like my room. It like you literally are hanging out in my room, like, but it's like the public version. Like when you invite friends over, but you don't have to like open the window when you fart. You know, like. You know, it's like because you don't have to smell anything. So you don't have to shower. Rebecca, that's what you got out of this? I don't know. What do you think about like the internet and like YouTube and like streaming, like compared to back like in the 4chan days, early days, like compared to, like people say like, oh, the internet ruined society, or like the internet is like for degenerates. Like what do you say to all that?
Well, one take I've heard is like people that stream a lot start to get like they call it like YouTuber brain, where they're always like looking at their stats and trying to figure out like who's watching, and like more trying to like chase like trends rather than like create like the content they want to create. They're trying to create content their viewers want to see.
Yeah.
Which is like what you should do if you're trying to create like viewers and money. But it drives some people crazy because they're not actually doing what they want to do. They're like trying to just cater to everyone's demands.
Yeah, I know. I was actually watching somebody talk about that.
It definitely make you like a less genuine person, or give you like feelings of being like an imposter, or like doing something you don't want to do, or like misrepresenting yourself. And those like identity crises are not easily resolved. They'll like affect you no matter how much money you're making.
Yeah. I've actually like I've tried to, you know, I know that it's easy to say like when I'm not, because I don't have money, it's easy for me to say. They call it like copium. It's a Twitch thing. Like people say it, they say it's like copium. Like it's like a, you know like Pepe the Frog. You know that meme? It's like a little meme guy. It's like a Pepe the Frog. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I could show you on stream. I'll load it up with it. Copium. I'll show you on stream. Just a second. I'll load it right here. You see that?
Fictitious or metaphorical opiate taken when one is faced with loss. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like the Pepe the Frog.
You don't like it?
I don't like him.
Why?
I wish he would just go away.
because the Nazis stole him?
Well, because because the whole Apple thing, my brother likes to use memes with him, and he's just ugly.
Yeah, he is. So there's Peepo. Now Peepo is the evolution of Pepe. So what do you think about this one?
He's a little happier. He's kind of dumb. He looks like
this is my favorite one.
Like, on mushrooms. He's just all like, "Whoa, the world's cool."
It's just like stoned or something. So wait, but God damn it! I can't show the whole thing. Oh, there. Yeah, that one's probably like the favorite one. Like the one in the little, like with the little, Like he's like Peepo's got the little like hot coffee or the hot chocolate, and I don't know, it's just so cute. Oh shit! Ah, what happened? Oh, I speak. I know what happened. I know what happened. It's because I put display capture on. There we go. That's what happened. It's okay. We're not gonna die. Not today. Not on my watch. Wow. What have you been like up to lately as far as like gaming? Like what have you been up to?
I've been playing the Nintendo Switch a lot, so I've been playing like NBA 2K22. That's pretty fun. Pokemon Snap,
Oh
Pokemon
snap!
Arceus. Yeah, the new Pokemon games are like pretty fun. You're like out there, the Pokemon Arceus. You're like out there in like a 3D world trying to like capture Pokemon. It's kind of like how you thought Pokemon would evolve instead of like the same like thing over and over and over. This is like an evolution in like the series where you're in like a 3D world.
Yeah, I
You
noticed
get
that
some
like
Pokemon.
every single version of Pokemon was like basically like an updated calculator game.
Yeah,
Like it was like something you would play on your TI-89. Like that's
totally.
basically what Pokemon is. Like it's just going around and like throwing Pokeballs around. Just throw some balls.
Some people complain about like the graphics aren't like that good, but I thought they were fine. Like I liked it.
You know what?
Like
Graphics are interesting topic.
definitely, yeah.
Like
I'm
how much
I'm not like
graphics
too
is
much of a
enough graphics? Like what is actually accomplished by using graphics? Like what is the goal? What do you think?
I guess like maybe it's because we played like games that were like older, more pixelated. We're like used to it, but like
Copium.
I don't think you need very good graphics to like have a good game.
What about any horror games?
Oh, I don't think I've really played any horror games.
I have not. Last horror game I really played, I think, was like Resident Evil, like the old school ones, like Resident Evil 0 with Rebecca. It's actually she's one of the persons I got the name from was from Rebecca Chambers from the Resident Evil series. But the newer Resident Evils I have not played. You know, like those jump scare games that everybody's into, especially like VR games. I don't know if you remember VR at Tony's house.
Oh yeah, I played that like once. It's kind of cool, but like it's not something I want to do all the time.
It seems like something that like it's a good experience, but then it's like once you do it, you're done. Like you put it away. Like it's kind of like a good parlor trick.
Yeah.
Like I don't really want to like show up to play VR games. I mean, maybe other people are different if they maybe because they want to like they spent the money on the VR device, so they want to justify it by using it. Like they're like, oh, well, I use it every day because I spent $8,000 on it. You know,
I would rather play like the Switch or something on the TV or a computer game. I don't know, like the VR thing, it just like kind of makes you like dizzy or something. It kind of like hurts your eyes.
yeah, I don't know. I could only imagine though, like I would never touch. I see. I don't like want to touch like psilocybin or anything like that these days. You know, compared to the days when I actually took them, like in high school, like when I was like 17, took mushrooms. Um, like I think taking them like nowadays, I feel like the way the world is, I think it's just too hyperactive. Like it would trip me out too much. Like, because the internet like connects everything, and it's like I don't want to be on drugs on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's one thing if it's like stale weed vape. I think it's actually this isn't so bad. I think it's just like I think I've kind of gotten. I don't know. What's your experience with vape?
They taste really good for the first or second hit, and then they start to taste like weird oil.
Yeah, it's like
All
really
of them,
rough.
no matter the brand, no matter how much money you spend on it.
No,
They
this is
taste
I
good
got a
first,
cheaper
and then-
one. I just got like a $20 one. It's like it was just called like gas flavor. It's like as cheap as possible. No, it's been good. I mean, it's weaning me off of it, which is good. Because I think the effect it gives me is kind of one of revulsion, which is what I want. I don't know if that makes sense because I want to like associate, like I don't like associating like marijuana with my day-to-day life. You know what I mean? Like if I want to get high, like I don't want my whole day to be about getting high. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think my day is not about getting high. It's just something I do all day.
Yeah, you know what I mean though. Like even though obviously you're okay with it, but like could you understand like if you like wanted to do something different, like and you wouldn't, it would be nice to be able to. I
Yeah.
really wish I could like kind of have a regular job, but I just can't. At least not at this point in my life. Although my therapist reminded me, like I've done 80% of the work. I kept saying like I could not be here without you or without my team. And, she said we can only take so much credit, like you've been willing to show up and do the work. And I think that's the difference between now and like when, like after high school, like when I first came out. Like I think compared to like the difference between the kind of person I was back then compared to now. I don't know. I also just, I think it's just, I also like look at my face a lot. And I know it's like, this is going to change like after surgery, but like I look at my face and like my bone structure and stuff. And I don't know. It's really like, sometimes I don't really see much of a problem, but sometimes I do. And it's not always like that straightforward. I don't really have to like describe it. But I, it is like a huge part of being dysphoric, and why I'm transitioning in the first place. I don't expect anyone to understand it. I'm just saying that it's there. That there's this, it's like this pain that's like always there, knowing that like
That
there's
must be,
something
like,
wrong.
you're going to like want to change your like face because like it's not like diet. Like you could exercise or work out or do things to like make your body look better, but like you kind of have to just like get surgery. Like it's your like
Yeah.
only.
Or like changing
yeah.
my penis into a vagina. Like that is literally something that only a surgery can do.
Oh,
Like,
you can bench press your dick back
oh
in.
yeah,
Just
if you just get laid, then you won't
just
want
lift
it
up
anymore.
place and it just sucks right back in.
No, I remember like there was people in my life, like I guess my oldest brother, like, would be like, oh, you just need to get laid. Like completely not understanding gender at all. He just said like, oh, but if you're attracted to women, then wouldn't that make you a lesbian? Then why do you need to be a woman? And it's like, that just tells me like people like that, not just him particularly, but like just people like that in general. People like that who just kind of see sexuality as so black and white like that, like, and also just like not even hitting the mark. Like they don't understand that like obviously a woman can be a lesbian, she's still a woman. Just like a man can be gay, he's still a man. Like you can have a beard and like be muscular. That doesn't like that doesn't like whether or not you have sex with you're attracted to penises or vaginas or men or women, because you can be attracted to women with penises but not men with penises. Although I am attracted to men with penises. It's been easier for me to be attracted to men, since starting estrogen. It helped a lot, but I still do have I do have a tendency to prefer women, especially women with penises. I don't know. What do you think about that? I mean, we're talking about horror games.
You know what? I have to go to the bathroom really bad.
Oh
so
yeah,
I'm gonna
make sure to
right now.
mute your microphone, or I will. Yeah. Just having a moment. My friend Brandon here on live with us, Froggy the Kid. We're live on stream, and for the first time having an actual sit down. Here, as you can see, my friend is literally here in my room. As you can see, this is actually my room magically turns into a couch. And as you can see, my room actually magically turns into a couch, and you can see that my friend Brandon is actually physically here, on set with me. Yeah, I don't. What do you think about the whole podcast? Like, how are you feeling so far about it? Right? So I've been working on this for like 3 years. It was so freaking awkward. Like you couldn't imagine. I could not have imagined having this phone call right now. 3 years like when I was like, I would just like study chess. I would like show the chessboard and like play music in the background. That's all. It would like no microphone, no webcam. It was just a display capture of me playing chess, and every now and then I would use a microphone. Like, but it was really freaking bad audio, and it was so freaking lame. And I would like keep the stream on for like 14 hours at a time, and I would just get stoned while the stream would run. And I was like, this is gonna make me famous. And I'm like, I don't even have a webcam. I'm not even really doing anything. I'm just playing chess. And I'm like, oh, if I just go live, like, that's not really how it works. And I had to figure that out, like the hard. I mean, I don't know. I think I knew that, but I also kind of wanted to just do it anyway. Like I was just like, let's see what happens if I poke the beehive. What's gonna happen if you poke the beehive? I mean, you never know. It might let you have sex with it. Do not have sex with beehives. That's oh yeah. Well, we can end. What was that? Oh, yeah. I mean, we can end now. I don't know if I can end the stream. I don't know if today or at all this weekend, if you want to hang out, just hit me up off stream. Text me if you want to hang out. Off stream. It doesn't have to be content. Like we can just like be friends. If you have time at all. If you want to do anything, I cannot drive at the moment. Um, I just started. I went to the DMV and I got my whole thing started. And I applied for like a assistance program. And I need to find like a star testing facility that'll like repair my car to pass smog. And then but I paid the registration. I don't know. I had to transfer the title to my new legal name, so it's like it's a headache. And it's really nerve-wracking. But I ended up doing it after putting it off for a very long time, so I'm kind of proud of myself. But yeah, that'd be pretty cool. And if you want, we could try to do this podcast like regularly. Maybe not every week, or maybe every week, or maybe even multiple times a week, like throughout the week. I don't know. Maybe we could just call in, and throughout the week, whenever you can, or even just once every week or every 2 weeks or whatever. Yeah, whenever possible. Like no stress, like no commitments required. But it would be cool if we could like just kind of do this like regularly. Just hang out and talk about whatever. We had the whole conversation about like freaking 4chan, like I don't know. Anyway, yeah. I guess I'll talk to you later if your phone's gonna die. So thanks for coming on stream. This has been a great podcast. Welcome to. Thanks for being on the episode number 1 of the Rebecca Loran podcast. TLBR. Oh, wait. TRBL. Wait, trouble. Oh shit. No. The RBL. The Rebecca Loran RBL. Oh wait. RBP. Well, RLP. There we go. It's Trulp. Okay. The Rebecca Loran podcast, episode 1, with our guest Brandon. Brando the Commando. Although I think I searched that on Twitter. It might be some weird like Nazi person, so maybe I don't know. I don't know. This is hearsay. I just Googled and I saw that there was but it was a person who like hid their tweets. So I don't know what's up with that person. I don't know if that's you. I don't know. What about that the guy with the costume of the Captain Planet, Howden Smith? Jim Howden Smith has a Twitter, doesn't he? Oh shit, he still uses MySpace because the government doesn't keep track of it. The only social media you can trust. Jim Housett Smith only uses MySpace for communicating. That's the only way you can trust. All right. Well, I'll see you later, my friend. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Well, you guys, that was really fun. I'm gonna have to head out. It's been a fun podcast. It took a lot out of me though. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being able to like kind of just go live. Even when I didn't really feel like it. I did not feel like starting today's show. But we did it. We got through it. It was enjoyable. Enjoyed catching up with my friend. Hopefully more to come in the future. We could have more podcasts and more guests with my friends and all that. Make some good content. Have some good vibes, good content, good time. Just good times, together. And potentially good content. I don't know. We'll see how it goes in the long run. I would like to do more focused podcasts. Maybe I can get like highlights. I have to go back and find like clips to like put on TikTok and stuff like that. I don't know if there's anything that useful, but I don't know. That's why usually give yourself like a day or two before you go back to the VOD to look through. I usually like giving myself some space before I go back to look for content. But I do remind myself, and I have started using my calendar on my tablet to like actually like set aside like I'm going to do this at this time. I don't know. I'm getting there. I'm getting these things into my life. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.